Good afternoon. Let me introduce myself. Arnold Christian Sanipar from Electrical Engineering Class A. Here I will present my critical journal review. With the first title for an international journal, Characterization of Electric Field Distribution within high voltage fast packet IGBT submodule under condition of repetitive turn on and turn off. With the second title for an national journal is Design of Indoor Air Quality Monitoring Internet of Things Room. First, international journal. Detail characterization of electric field distribution within high voltage fast packet IGBT submodules under condition of repetitive turn on and turn off. Journal CSII, Journal of Power and Energy System, volume and page Vol 8 no, number 2, year March 2022. Writer Teng Wen Xiang Cui, senior member IEEE, fellow CSII Xijia Liu, Sui Baoli, member IEEE, member CSII, and Xibin Zhao. Research purpose. The aim of the research on the characterization of electric field distribution within high voltage fast packet IGBT submodule under condition of repetitive turn on and turn off is to understand and analyze how the electric field is distributed in IGBT submodule packet with a press under condition of repeat turning on and off. This research aims to identify and understand the distribution of electric field that occur within the IGBT submodule during repeated switching on and off process. Uneven or concentrated electric field distribution can cause excessive electrical stress on components, which in turn can cause failure or damage to IGBT module. Research subject: electroquasi-static field (FEM) IGBT, positive periodic square waveform voltage, transient electric field. Research methods. First, numerical modeling. In this modeling, geometric parameters, material properties, and operational condition of the IGBT can be included to predict the distribution of the electric field that occurs. Second, experimental testing. Experimental testing can be carried out using equipment such as electromagnetic field probes or electric field sensors. The IGBT submodule can be placed in the repeated on and off condition, and the surrounding electric field can be measured at specific point using suitable measuring equipment. Data obtained from this test can be used to validate numerical modeling results and provide a better understanding of the actual electric field distribution. Third, data analysis. This analysis can involve data visualization, comparison between modeling and testing results, and identification of factors that influence the electric field distribution. In this way, a better understanding of the characteristic of the electric field in the IGBT submodule and its potential impact on the performance and service life of the IGBT can be obtained. Operational definition of the dependent variable. The dependent variable in the study of the characterization of electric field of distribution within high voltage fast packet IGBT submodule under Conditions of repetitive turn on and turn off is the electric field distribution around the IGBT submodule. This electric field distribution refers to the pattern of or distribution of the electric field that occurs around the IGBT during the repeated turning on and off process. The operational definition of this dependent variable can include several aspects, such as electric field amplitude, spatial distribution of electric field, electric field time variation, influence factors, ways and tools to measure the dependent variable. First, electric field sensor. We can use the electric field sensor to measure the electric field amplitude around the IGBT module. This sensor is usually a probe or antenna that is sensitive to electric fields. The sensor will produce an output signal that is correlated with the measured electric field amplitude. Commonly used electric field sensor include electrostatic sensor and magnetic sensor. Second, measurement equipment. We can use appropriate measurement equipment to measure the spatial distribution of the electric field around the IGBT module. This equipment can be an electric field mapping device that use technology such as 2D or 3D mapping. This equipment will provide a visual depiction of the electric field distribution pattern around the IGBT. Third, real-time monitoring. This equipment will record electric field data at certain time intervals during the turning on and off process. Real-time monitoring can be performed using data recording device or monitoring device connected directly to the IGBT module. Fourth, numerical modeling. In numerical modeling, we can use appropriate simulation software to model the electric field distribution in the IGBT module. This numerical modeling will produce simulation data that can be used to analyze the electric field distribution. Operational definition of the independent variable. First, model geometry. This independent variable can be defined as the dimension and physical shape of the fresh packet IGBT module. For example, this variable can be measured by measuring the length, width, and height of the IGBT module, as well as measuring the corners and surface shape of the module. Second, operational condition. This independent variable can be defined as operational parameter that influence the electric field distribution in the IGBT module. For example, this variable can be measured by regulating the voltage, current, frequency, or pulse duration applied to IGBT module during the power on and turn off process. Third, first technique. This independent variable can be defined as the press method or technique used to check the IGBT submodule. For example, this variable can be measured by measuring the pressure, temperature, or press duration applied to the IGBT module. Research steps. First, identify research objective. The aim of the research must be clear and related to the characterization of the electric field distribution in the IGBT module. For example, a research goal may be a better understanding of electric field distribution patterns or identification of factors that influence electric field distribution. Second, literature review. This literature review will help in understanding related research that has been conducted previously, the methods used, the findings obtained, and the knowledge gaps that still exist. This literature review will help in formulating and the theoretical framework of the research. Third, hypothesis formulation. This hypothesis must be specific and empirically testable. So, for example, a hypothesis may state that the electric field distribution within an IGBT model will be influenced by the submodule geometry and operational condition. For research design, this research design must consider the method to be used, such as numerical modeling or experimental testing. Research design must also consider the independent variables to be manipulated and the dependent variables to be measured. Fifth, data collection. If using numerical modeling, data can be collected through simulation using appropriate simulation software. If experimental testing is used, data can be collected through electric field measurements using appropriate measurement equipment. Six, data analysis. This data analysis can involve statistical methods, data visualization, and comparison between modeling and testing results. Analysis of this data will help in validating the research hypothesis and gain a better understanding of the characteristics of the electric field distribution in the IGBT model. 7. Interpretation and conclusion. This interpretation must be based on the findings obtained from data analysis and must be related to the established research objective. The conclusion of this research should reflect whether the research hypothesis can be accepted or rejected, as well as the implication of the research for understanding and further development in the field of characterization of electric field distribution in IGBT submodule. Research result. There are three main areas with the reinforced electric fields: the surface of the passivation layer, depth of the silver plate, and the nitrogen gap between the die and the big frame. The risk of partial discharge charge in these areas is a major concern. In the nitrogen gap between the passive layer and the PAAK frame, the normal component dominate the electric field at the first cycle of the voltage. As time increases, the normal component gradually decreases, while the tangential component gradually dominates the electric field. The risk of surface discharge at the interface of the passive layer and the nitrogen is an area of concern. Third, during the on-state, the magnitude of the applied voltage is zero, but the electric field still exists in the back insulation structure due to the charge accumulation on the electric interface. With the increase of the number of cycles, the net accumulation of the interfacial charge increases. Therefore, the electric field also increases. For the duty cycle and the repetitive frequency can influence the electric field and the interfacial charge density. Compared with the influence of the repetitive frequency, the influence of the duty cycle is more significant. The electric field and the interfacial charge density increase of the duty cycle. To decrease this computation cost, the electric field calculation of the submodule under the state of repetitive turn on and turn on is recommended to be conducted under the frequency of 01 Hz, and the calculation error caused by the reduction of the calculation cost is about 3%, which is acceptable in engineering. Research advantage. First, better understanding of electrical field distribution. This research can provide a better understanding of how electric fields are distributed in pre-expected high-voltage IGBT submodules. This can help in identifying areas with high or uneven electric fields, which can impact device performance and reliability. So, IGBT submodule design optimization. By studying the electrical distribution in the IGBT submodule, this research can be in optimizing the submodule design to reduce unwanted electric fields. This can help improve device efficiency, reliability, and lifespan. Third, identification of potential problems. This research can help in identifying potential problems related to the electric field distribution in the IGBT module. For example, this research can help in identifying areas with high electric field that could cause device failure or damage. By recognizing these potential problems, preventative or corrective steps can be taken to improve device performance and reliability. For validation of the simulation model, this research can be used to validate to the simulation model used to predict the electrical distribution in the IGBT module. By comparing experimental result with simulation result, the validity and accuracy of the simulation model can be evaluated. This can help in developing more accurate simulation model for IGBT device design and analysis. Fifth, contribution to IGBT research and development. This research can contribute to further research and development in the field of IGBT, with a better understanding of the electric fields distribution within IGBT submodule. This research will pave the way for the development of the new technology, better production method, and improve performance of IGBT device. Research lacks one, sample limitations. 2, limited measure methods. 3, lack of variation in operational condition. 4, lack of impact analysis. 5, fifth, scope limitation. Second, national journal. Title, Design of Indoor Air Quality Monitoring Internet of Things Based Room. Jurnal Teknik Elektro Indonesia, JTIEN, volume and text vol 4 number 2, year 2023. Research purpose. The main goal of this research is to develop a system that can accurately and continuously monitor indoor air quality. Research subject: monitoring system, sensors and measurement technology, early warning system, data analysis. Research method. The method used in designing and creating the system for this tool is to use the experimental method. Designing this tool system is a step in the planning process before making the tool. This method includes designing and manufacturing hardware and software as well as testing tool performance. In this project, the monitoring system used an ESP32 microcontroller, which is equipped with a Bluetooth and Wi-Fi module which offer a lot of support of Internet of Things application. The microcontroller use not MCU ESP32 because it has 16 ADC pins, which makes it possible to run more than one analog sensor. The next step in the design is to create a block diagram as a reference, where each block has a specific function and is interrelated to form a system for the tool being made. The process of designing and manufacturing tools is divided into two steps, namely designing the hardware part, designing the software. Operational definition of the dependent variable. In the context of IoT-based indoor air quality monitoring, a possible dependent variable is indoor air quality. The operational definition of this dependent variable can include parameters that are used or observed to determine indoor air quality. Ways and tools to measure the dependent variable. First, this particle sensor. The user the concentration of this particle in the air. This particle sensor, such as laser scattering sensor or optical sensor, can be used. The sensor will count the number of those particles of the certain size in the programs per cubic meter. Example of tool that can be used the SDS 011 or BMS 5003 sensors. Second, gas sensors. To measure the concentration of dangerous gas in the air, gas sensors such as electrochemical sensor or optical sensor can be used. The sensor will detect and measure the concentration of dangerous gas such as carbon monoxide, CO2, NO2, or other gas in parts per billion. Example of tools that can be used are the FE135 sensor or BME680 sensor. Third, temperature and humidity sensor. The measure indoor temperature and humidity or temperature and humidity sensor such as the DHT 11 sensor or DHT 22 sensor can be used. The sensor will provide temperature readings in degrees Celsius and humidity in percentage. Fourth, air quality index. To calculate the air quality index based on the measured parameters, a formula or mathematical model that has been developed can be used. This air quality index can use a 1 to 10 scale of or categories such as good, fair, or poor to provide a general idea of indoor air quality. Personal definition of the independent variable. First, cleaning or ventilation system. The independent variable can be the type or efficiency of the air cleaning system, such as the use of certain air filters or different ventilation method. Second, exposure to specific substance. Independent variables can involve specific exposure to certain substance in the room, such as cigarette smoke, certain chemical or organic material that produce air pollutants. Third, pollution source. Independent variables can include the influence of internal pollution source, such as electronic equipment, cleaning products, or human activities, as well as external pollution such as outdoor air pollution. Fourth, air temperature and humidity. Independent variables can also be manipulation of indoor air temperature or humidity to see its effect on air quality. Research steps. First, identify air quality problems. The first step is to identify the indoor air quality problems we want to address. For example, whether there is high dust particle pollution, dangerous gas concentrations that exceed safe limits, or other problems. Second, data collections. Use the DOT-based indoor air quality monitor we have designed to collect data about air quality at various locations and times. This data will provide a better understanding of existing air quality problems. Third, data analysis. Analyze data that has been collected to identify patterns or errors in air quality. For example, are there certain patterns related to time of day, weather, or human activity? For determining therapy parameters. Based on data analysis, determine therapy parameters that can help improve indoor air quality. For example, using more efficient air filters, optimal temperature and humidity setting, or using safer chemicals. Fifth, therapy implementation. Complete the prescribed therapy parameters in the relevant environment. For example, install a new air filters, adjust the temperature and humidity according to recommendations, or change the chemical use. 6. Monitoring and evaluation. continue monitoring air quality after implementation of therapy to see if there are significant improvements. Use a IoT-based indoor air quality monitor to collect post-therapy data and to compare it to pre-therapy data. Second, result analysis. Analysis of post-therapy data to evaluate the effectiveness of the therapeutic steps that have been implemented. Has there been a significant improvement in air quality? Do the predetermined therapy parameters successfully address previously identified problems? Like preparations of papers. Based on our findings and research result in the form of an appropriate journal report. Explain the therapeutic step we have taken, the result of data analysis, and conclusions that can be drawn from our research. Research result. After carrying out the design and testing of indoor air quality internet of things because of test room, the author can conclude that this tool works according to plan. This tool is able to detect CO gas and CO2 gas. Indoors utilizes the MQ7 sensors and MQ135 sensors. The MQ7 sensors detects air level which get the user voltage value when it is not active, namely 0.53 PDC, but when detecting the value will rise to 4.87 PDC. The MQ135 sensor detects air levels which get the user voltage value when it is not active, namely 1.443 PDC, but when detecting the value will rise to 4.88 PDC. Research advantage. First, real-time monitoring. IoT-based indoor air quality monitoring system enable real-time monitoring. This allows users to get accurate and up-to-date information about indoor air quality, so they can take necessary action quickly. Second, ease of access. Using IoT technology, indoor air quality data can be accessed remotely via internet connected device. It allows users to monitor indoor air quality from anywhere at any time. Third, measurement accuracy. IoT-based monitoring systems can be equipped with the accurate and well-calibrated sensors. This ensures that indoor air quality measurements are carried out with high accuracy, providing reliable information for decision making. For multi-parameter monitoring, IoT-based monitoring system can measure various indoor air quality parameters, such as the particle concentrations, harmful gas concentrations, temperature, humidity, and so on. It provides a comprehensive understanding of indoor air quality conditions. Fifth, identify pollution and its source. With IoT-based indoor air quality monitoring, user can be identify air pollution and its source. This allows users to take appropriate action to reduce or eliminate indoor air pollution. Six, energy savings. IoT-based monitoring system can help optimize indoor energy usage. For example, by monitoring temperature and humidity, the system can regulate air conditioning or getting used more efficiently, resulting in significant energy saving. Seven, remote monitoring. IoT-based monitoring system enable indoor air quality monitoring at multiple locations simultaneously. This is especially useful in large environments or in situations where manual monitoring is difficult. Eight, automatic monitoring. IoT-based monitoring system can be set to carry out monitoring automatically according to a specific schedule. This reduces reliance on manual monitoring and ensures consistent and regular monitoring. The research lacks. First, sample limitations. Research may have limitation in the number of samples used. If research is only conducted at one of or a few locations, whereas results may not be generally applicable to a variety of environments or conditions. Second, limited durations. Duration. The limited duration of research can be a weakness. If research is only conducted over a short period of time, it may be difficult to gain a comprehensive understanding of things in indoor air quality over time. Third, validation limitations. Validation of IoT-based indoor air quality monitoring system may not be carried out thoroughly. This can affect the accuracy and reliability of the data collected, as well as the interpretations of research results. Fourth, technology limitations. IoT technology used in research may have certain limitations. For example, network coverage or internet connection reliability may affect real-time data delivery or system accessibility. Five parameters limitations. The study may only monitor some indoor air quality parameters, while the other parameters that are also important. This can limit a comprehensive understanding of indoor air quality. Six, implementation limitations. The study may not cover the full implementation of an IoT-based indoor air quality monitoring system. This may influence the understanding of the system effectiveness and practically in daily use. Seven, act limitations. Research may be conducted on outdated monitoring systems or technology that is no longer relevant. This may affect the validity and relevance of research in the current context. 8. Limitation of conclusions. Conclusion resulting from research might be limited to the data collected and the analysis performed. This can reduce the generalizability and applicability of conclusion in a wider context. That's all from my presentation. Thank you.